now. We are now recording, so we don't have to start the moment, but I wanted to at least get this thing going. So, but anyway,
okay. I was gonna say, so that means I should probably stop playing my video game.
Probably should.
I'll have Virgil chime in at one point.
Okay, someone say 5 seconds, mate.
All right, 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Okay, there we go. I see. I'm all synced. My recordings are up as well.
All right, sweet.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh, that's where my phone is.
I'll upload this to the. I got a podcast directory that I started.
Yeah.
Everybody still here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. I had the other call ended. I
ended the other call. That's what happened.
Yeah, I got a podcast directory on the server. I'll drop it there, and I'll send you a link, Yeche.
Okay.
And there's some graphics in there as well for you to play with. Okay.
Who's got a rattle toy in the background?
That would be my birds. I would love to shut them up, but I cannot shut them up as much as I would love to.
He has a green-cheeked parakeet.
Well, I got a green-cheeked conure. He's being very quiet. Him I'm not worried about. It's the parakeets that they don't ever shut the fuck up.
They're loud little bastards.
They are loud little bastards.
Jontron is a green-cheeked parakeet.
They're pretty loud until you take a trip from Florida to New York and you keep them in a little Petco box from the sun for 8 hours.
All right. Okay, I got the intro all set up, so when I mention your name, just say hello or whatever. But my time is limited. Well, not as limited as usual. You know, she'll call or text before she comes back with the kids. My neighbor's feeding the kids and showing them a movie to get them out of my house. She is awesome.
One quick thing. What is that like in your mouth, or what's with your mouth on that? What the flux was that picture?
It's a shock, you know, shock and awe. You know, oh.
Wow. It looks kind of funny.
It does look kind of funny, but I hand drew it in like 2 minutes, so give me a break.
I thought you were making fun of my ZD. Like, what's in your mouth?
Indirectly.
Yeah, yeah. Rom.
You should do a yeah, baby, for all time's sake, sometime during this episode.
Yeah, baby.
That's what I should
Only a flathead does, yeah, that's what I live for.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You have to. You have to.
I can't. It's gonna sound like shit.
Waggy. I can't do a fucking Scooby-Doo.
I was able to, but then I lost the skill because I haven't done it in a long time, and it just got
I know which one you are in the drawing. You're the guy in the back. Salute. Back right with the glasses on.
Yes, that's me.
The guy with no pupils or iris.
Well, that character, his name is Io, as in I-O, because he's the tech support guy, and he has it carries over in his personality. It's why his face looks kind of just stoic. It's because he has no real emotion. He's human, but he's just emotionless. Everything's either black or white, positive, negative, you know, ones and zeros. That's the way he thinks. So that's the character.
Just like a real ginger.
Just like a real ginger, yeah. So he, that's the reason the character. That's why everybody's kind of got a smile or looks whatever they do, and I'm kind of just back there, just kind of like what. So, but
I thought it was funny when someone said you were the guy on the.
Yeah, that was War Ravager.
War Ravager.
War Ravager. Yeah, we got to make sure we try not to mention him this time because he seems to like.
Yeah, I know.
Relish in that fact.
Well, when I go away at June 30th, you guys can have him on.
I don't think Tubbs will let that happen.
So yeah, but when I'm gone for that week, you guys can pick.
Oh, you can do it. I just won't participate.
Yeah, see, exactly my point. All right.
So you guys hate each other?
He's just starting to annoy everybody. Anyway, I'm going to go fill my coffee cup up, so you guys chat amongst yourselves for a second, and then I'm going to kick in with the intro that I wrote up.
Okay.
Be right back.
How did you know you guys?
You're starting to get on my nerves.
He's just so entertaining. Like,
never bothers me.
Yeah. Well. Oh, by the way, Yeche, Sierra was on for like the first time in months.
Wow.
Yeah. Like he came in and him and War Ravager in the same party, and I've been you know bullshitting with War for like the longest time. So I told War that he's now my he's now the permanent replacement for Sierra for primarily entertainer of me. Because Sierra made me laugh so hard. Like when we were in private matches, it would just be so funny.
And welcome to the Warhoundz podcast, episode number 3.
He's finally killed me and then get his head popped off by like Knightley or somebody, and it was just.
And welcome to the.
Funny.
Oh, I'm fucking. All All right. I was trying to silence myself practicing the intro, but I just realized that I'm recording on things. So when you first get this, you're going to hear me kind of practicing a little bit. So,
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Hang
Say it
on.
a couple of times right now. Take some deep woosahs.
Wait, Yetri, do you have like a fan running in, or someone has a fan in the room? I think, or a window open. Okay, now it's gone.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever that sound is coming from you. I don't know what it is.
I can't fix that. It's the echo in my room.
Yeah.
Because not
It's like,
big. I don't have it sound.
You need to put towels all around your house. That's what you need to do.
Put towels all around the walls.
Egg
Yeah.
cartons.
Yes. All right, you guys ready to kick this thing off?
Okay.
Or
All right, so give me a couple minutes, a couple seconds of silence, and I'll start off with the intro, and we'll go from there.
Your birds won't.
Hold up, I want,
Yeah, I can't fucking birds, man.
I want to see how many dislikes this video got so far. Okay?
Yeah. What if I cover that thing? Hold, you know what? Give me just a second. I'm gonna see if covering them up with a blanket will help.
Cover them with a blanket of death.
yeah, if you they can't see, they won't do anything. Oh, I wonder how many dislikes Eskimo's video has right now. I wonder.
Stick them in the fish tank, okay?
Oh.
You want to swim with the sharks?
Super saucy sausage fest.
Oh man,
Gotta spray 'em with water.
29 dislikes. That bar's gonna get. half
Yeah, that
full.
shut them right up.
Poor guy.
All right. Yeah, I got a busy house. All right, you guys ready?
Or
Ready.
All right. And welcome to the Warhoundz podcast, episode number 3. I'd like to say welcome to my fellow host, clan leader Yeche.
Okay, hello everyone. Okay.
Our clan relations and all-around good guy, Tubbsy.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's up? Our content manager, Leadhead.
what up?
The one guy who has no real reason to be here, Blades.
Exactly.
And then there's me, the Warhoundz webmaster and graphics guru, What the Flux. The Warhoundz is a primarily Xbox community of friends who live and love Gears, all Gears. We have since expanded to a good number of games, but Gears is our primary game. If you like what you hear and would like to join us, visit www.warhoundz.net and sign up. Your skill isn't a factor. We look for fun people with great personalities. Come join us. And with that, I'll let Led start us off. Take it away, Led.
All right. Well, we were discussing this before we started recording, but I was going around some information on the internet, and apparently they're making a new Godzilla film, and I was like, because I don't think the last Godzilla movie that came out was, I think, in 1998 with Matthew Broderick, and I like that movie. It's an okay like popcorn movie, but it's not like, you know, something that's groundbreaking. But I thought it was an okay movie, and then when they had a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con, and there's like no video of it. I mean, you can go on like YouTube or something, and there'll be like a isometric picture of the screen with like Godzilla's silhouette.
Mean?
It means
Define
like looking
and
at
use in a
it.
sentence. Spell it out.
Shut the hell up. Well, looking at it from like an
Is it a
angle,
verb?
I think you made him mad.
I think I know what he wants.
Can't tell me
All right,
what to do.
That's the last time I'm gonna do that.
What did you do?
But yeah, Virgil has a taunt Devil May Cry where he just tells you that you're gonna die, and you die pretty much. Anyways, so what do you guys think about a new Godzilla film? I've been wondering if they were gonna have one come out since they put Peter Jackson's King Kong out like years ago. I'm like, you know, because Godzilla and King Kong were kind of like those two, you know, beasts that in movies that I think that would be a cool idea to have, but you know,
Didn't they make one in 2001? Godzilla 2000.
Godzilla?
No,
Godzilla.
Godzilla. You want
so
my
what do you guys
opinion?
think about
Godzilla needs to just freaking die already. I mean, it's one of those things that it's been around for so long. Let it freaking go.
Make a mutant Giga Monster.
Yeah, come up with something else. Come on, Japan. You guys got all kinds of crazy ideas. I mean, 70% of the weirdest shit in the world comes from you guys. You guys can come up with something better than a giant lizard. Really.
Giant
Godzilla
snail.
versus Brumac?
You know, giant snail, a giant, or go the other way. Make it some microorganism Godzilla, Germzilla, or some shit. I don't know. Just
Germzilla.
no more
That makes
Godzilla.
sense.
That was called Contagion.
There you go. Yeah, breakout and all that stuff. I'm trying very hard not to swear as much as I usually do.
That's okay. You can curse.
So proud
Oh, I
of
can
you.
curse! I know, but if you guys remember back from the first podcast, I swear every other word that came out of my mouth was fuck, so I'm trying to cut that back.
Okay, well, I don't require that.
Okay, no saying that, man. We got kids listening.
But yeah,
Okay.
a new Godzilla film is just it's like the Call of Duty of monster movies. I mean, it's just all over. It's just too many of them. They need to come up with something new.
I want a Toy Story
It's
4.
been over 10. Huh?
I want a Toy Story 4.
I would love a Toy Story.
No, you
4.
don't.
Yeah, I do. I want it to go all the way to 10.
But where would they go for that, though? I mean, we're kind of off
They're
subject
gonna
here.
raise them with that new girl. From the end of Toy
That would be
Story
cool. That would be cool. You know, because the ending of Toy Story 3, I'm 40 years old, and it okay, I didn't cry, but I was
3.
really
It made me
close.
cry, man, to say it.
I was
cried, okay?
really close. I mean, there was a lump in my throat bigger than hell.
It pulled his heartstrings.
It did. I mean, that's what I love about Disney Pixar. I mean, that's probably the third greatest ending ever, the first greatest ending to any movie ever, and it still gets me as many times as I've seen it. The kitty at the end of Monsters, Inc. gets me every time. Every time. Maybe it's because I got 2 daughters and one of them's about that age, but yeah, every time it gets me. I'm a total sap.
Aw.
Total sap. So.
All right, and the next subject. I'm gonna head over to you, folks, because you're the one who mentioned to me yesterday. This Dollar Shave Club.
Oh yes, this is my what the flux is this moment of the week. If you haven't seen it, I have it. I sent it to a bunch of people, but just Google or go to YouTube or whatever, and look up dollarshaveclub.com. This guy, basically the premise is he's selling razors. Now, he's selling razors. That's it. Just freaking the stuff you shave your face with. And but anyway, he's selling something as silly as razors, and his commercial is pure advertising genius. It is so good. It's the one commercial when I watch YouTube, I watch it all the way through because it is that good. I'm buying his razors just for the commercial. I am going to subscribe to this and buy his razors. It's $3 a month. You get 5 things. It works with your if you have like a Mach 3 or whatever, it works on the blades work on that. But if you haven't seen it, we'll put a link in the description, I'm sure. But you got to watch that ad. It is just freaking brilliant. If you haven't looked at it, you guys need to look at it now.
I just love when he slings the tennis racket.
Oh, the tennis racket
So
part, yeah.
tennis
I
and he
can play tennis and woof.
Yeah.
19 goes to Federer. It's
He
great.
reminds me of the Mayhem guy from Allstate. Like, just how he's just walking around and stuff like happening around him. That's what that reminded me of a lot. And I like the Mayhem guy, and I like that guy a lot more.
Yeah.
Mostly just because I hate buying if I have a fusion blade, and it's like $15 for
shit.
for 4 or 5 blades, and I'm like, 'cause I got to buy new ones soon. And I'm
5 blades?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
4
crazy.
or 5
Holy
blades.
crap, man.
Yeah, those razors are. I had a Gillette sensor for whatever the hell long ass time ago with the vibration and everything, and it cost me $12, $13 for 4 blades. I said, screw that. I'm not buying these things anymore. It's ridiculous. I buy disposables now.
Yep, Bic disposable.
$1 for a whole bag.
But yeah, but anyway, back to the ad. The ad is just. He's selling something that most people just don't even give a second thought to. And the way he advertised the thing, he starts off with, "Are our blades any good?" No. Our blades are fucking great, and it's so awesome. He plays the camera so well. His friend Alejandro, which I still haven't figured out is a dude or a chick. I don't know.
Wait, that kid on the wagon?
Yeah.
That part was hysterical.
Yeah, wasn't it?
What were you doing last month? Not working.
Not
What
working.
were you doing this month?
Working. I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. Woo, woo. I've seen that commercial so many times. It's so great. But I'm still the guy is kind of androgynous. You don't I know the name is Alejandro, but if it's a dude, that is the most girly dude I've ever seen. But it's great.
Just an amoeba of a person.
Yeah, well, it's just, it's a great commercial. Check it out if you haven't had to get a chance while we're doing this.
Yeah, I put the link in the little chat box there if you want to watch it, if I'm talking or someone else is talking.
Yeah.
No.
Next thing is, I would watch it right now, but I want to get to the next topic.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not too big on this. I did finally come around and watch the trailer for it. It's the Deadpool video game trailer, which is being developed by High Moon Studios and published by Activision. High Moon Studios did the Transformer War for Cybertron game, the Dark of the Moon game, and they're also doing the Fall of Cybertron. Like they're doing a bunch of Transformers games, and now they're doing the Deadpool game. So, I mean, it was just a teaser trailer. I don't know if all that was the actual gameplay. I'm sure it was, but I'm not sold on it yet. So I was like, I mean, sure, he was talking about boobies, and he was just acting like so ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't
Best
see
ride ever.
any gameplay.
Yeah,
It's just him talking.
I'll pay $20 for it.
Yeah.
of course.
$20.
It'll be a $20 arcade game.
Yeah, that game to me is going to fall into the category we talked about last time, which would be a guilty pleasure, kind of like, I'm buying that game. I have to buy it. It's Deadpool. So I will be getting that game.
Like, if you're a hardcore fan of Deadpool, like I'm not. Like the first time I ever heard of Deadpool was in Marvel Ultimate Alliance years ago for I think it was Xbox that it came out for, and that was like the first time I even knew about.
Did you watch Xbox or Xbox Origins? X-Men Origins, Wolverine.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Yeah, it's a complete bastardization and just of
He was just
Deadpool.
annoying.
But it's still Deadpool,
He
or at least
played
mentioned.
him well, though.
He did, and and to me, if there was a character, if they ever made a Deadpool movie, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a Deadpool movie.
Ryan Reynolds has the personality for it. The only other person I could see fitting it, even though he doesn't really have the musculature for it, would be Nathan Fillion. I think he'd make a great Deadpool too.
What the hell is Nathan Fillion?
Is that Deadpool's personality though? Like
Yes.
in the game?
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Right. Okay. Deadpool. Let me give you a real quick. Deadpool is kind of. It's hard to explain. He's kind of the
like
anti-hero. He's a badass. He's an anti-hero. He was genetically altered to have most of his mutations. So he's like really disfigured. But his main trait is he breaks the fourth wall, if you guys know what that means. He talks to the audience. Even in the comic book, he'll talk to the audience. He talks to the reader. He tells the people in the comic book that, we're in a comic book, right? This is not real. There's some dude holding a book open reading us doing this right now. He makes reference to Street Fighter. If you played Marvel vs. Capcom, he breaks the fourth wall in a couple of ways. Like in one of his special moves, he grabs the health bar and beats his opponent.
Hyper combo bar, and he beats
he beats the shit out of you with the game, health bar. And other parts, if you die, if you lose, as he's floating back in that slow motion defeat animation, he goes, "You hit the wrong button."
Yep.
Shit like that. So he's a very fourth wall. And that's his shtick. Is he's kind of crazy. He's not entirely, he's very insane. But he can't be killed. He's almost in whatever.
He has adamantium bones. Like
And that's Deadpool, and he's kind of like Marvel's insane comic relief. And so he has a lot of followers, and he's got a huge fan base.
I like this guy. I think I'm about to buy that game.
Yeah, if you're really curious one time, look up Rorschach and Deadpool. There's this guy that does these little animations. He put Rorschach and Deadpool in a little, like they're cops solving crimes together. That's hilarious.
Jesus.
Actually, I do want to warn you that Deadpool is a single-player game, so I don't know if you want to buy it.
It's okay, man.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. I like this Deadpool guy, man. Like
Deadpool is very awesome.
But that's hardly even a reason to like him. Whatever. Anyways, so that takes care of all the primary things we want to talk about, the Shave Club, Deadpool, and the Godzilla films. So I want to talk about this because I want to rip this game to pieces. It was well received when it first came out, but I literally had to go hug the toilet for this one. Like, I'm serious. This is our most hated game or games, and I'll start off The Darkness with
Never played it.
That game.
What? Really?
Yeah, like so I got like an hour in, and I'm feeling like so lightheaded and nauseous. I'm just like,
I love that game.
I literally had to crawl down the hall to my bathroom and choke in the toilet. That game just made me so sick.
What? Wait.
Yeah,
I'm curious. Are you speaking figuratively, or did it like make you literally throw up?
Literally, I puked like that. I was just
what?
That game just made me sick to my stomach. I don't know. It just did.
Like in a bad way?
I just-
It was
It's
gory,
in a bad way. Like it was
Graphic
just.
wise, or what exactly made you up?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It was just I don't even know.
It's a game that made you physically sick.
You can't say it made you throw up, and then
yeah, you got to expound on that.
It just seems so linear and just so. Oh man, it's been a long time, but I remember that game just made me.
Then stay the hell away from Team Fortress.
When the first game came out, it was a long time ago, but all I remember is I'm just sitting there going through this game. And I'm just like, oh my word! And I lost it. But a more recent game that actually made me sick, and I can actually justify was I didn't buy it. I tried the demo, which is always a good thing to do when you're looking at new games, of course. But I tried Apache Air Assault, which is supposed to be like a helicopter simulator. That game just has the worst controls I've ever used. I played like the first. I don't know how many missions are in it. I think there's like a demo mission. There's like 2-3 story-related missions. Man, that game has some of the worst controls I have ever operated. It was just so bad. But anyways, those are my most hated games.
I want to hear Tubbsy's, because Tubbsy's going to probably become the good one, and I'll probably completely disagree with him.
Yeah. Anything from BioWare.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, Tubbsy.
Fucking.
God.
Damn, you said BioWare.
I know.
That's I don't know how well received it's going to be.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of hate mail, Tubbsy. You're coming in really quiet, too, Tubbs.
You're quiet, Tubbsy.
Damn.
I think his internet's
come on,
going.
Tubbsy.
Damn, he's all scared now.
Yeah, he
Back
is.
to the light.
What's going on with my mic?
I don't know, but the BioWare gods are fucking with you.
Oh no, he said BioWare, now his mic is screwed up.
Yeah, he says BioWare's listening.
BioWare's like, fuck.
Someone hit their Omni tool and fucked you up.
EA, the people that supported SOPA and ACTA,
Yeah, well, I'm not too
stuff
concerned
that
about that.
we're against, and you guys are supporting them by buying their games.
Dude, if I sit there and I didn't buy a game for every time some freaking company did something stupid, I'd never buy another game.
That's gonna bring up.
Oh, dude. I mean, come on, football games. And
I have a solution.
What's that?
Well, and then they started putting them or the multiplayer codes that you actually, even if you bought the game, you still had to enter a code to play online multiplayer.
That's
with all the EA games.
That's a subject for another day, because we could talk all day on that one.
Ooh, set the house on fire.
Pisses me off.
But since Tubbsy mentioned a publisher and developer, we may go into that. Well, Tubbsy kind of covered that, but maybe I'll go through my topics that I have, and then we can talk about that. But we'll see how much time we have. But anyways, Yeche, what games do you hate the most? Probably single-player games.
All single-player games in existence except the great Katamari.
He would choose that one game.
Super Crate Box?
Super Crate Box is cool, but that's multiplayer.
Skyrim?
It does?
Mm-hmm. Does multiplayer.
Well, Skyrim's not multiplayer.
Skyrim, Burger King, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I hate McDonald's.
That's a restaurant.
I hate all single-player games. Like multiplayer games, I think if it hadn't been for Call of Duty, I probably would have bought maybe 5 games over the last 4 or 5 years.
And apparently, Tubbsy has time warped to Georgia.
Yeah, Gears of War. How
I
y'all
have.
do your damn.
That's Yeche.
Call of Duty 4.
I'm sorry, Yeche.
Modern Warfare 2 is okay, but it's only because Gear War 2 was so bad. I had to play Modern Warfare 2. And I kind of like, what's that one single player game I'm playing?
Skyrim?
No, not Skyrim, not Zura's ass.
Fuck you.
I forgot. You want to know why I forgot? Because I ain't never played no single player games. That's why. I hate all single player games.
Well, you played that one arcade game, that Blood
Blood Forge. That was fun. But I probably would have been pissed with myself if I bought it.
All right, well, I guess it takes care of.
Yeah, it takes care of Yeche. Extremely Georgia, freaking
Southern Yeche.
Yeah, don't do that anymore.
He's trying to sound like Cleveland.
Yeah, it's doing
Family Guy
horrible.
Horrible impersonation, Yeche.
I wasn't trying to sound like Cleveland.
Yeah, you are now.
Oh, who did the laugh? That was fantastic.
I did.
Yeah.
I think it's how Mike Henry laughed anyways, I don't know. Alright, well, Flux, what games...
Oh.
What are the games that you have in your long existence, you
Yeah.
spies with your every ginger soulless core.
The game that absolutely just I hated. I only bought it because the friends I had talked about how great it was, and they wanted me to play with them, and so I bought it, even though I didn't want it. So I'm bitter there. And then the game was just, as much as it was hyped up, was utter crap. You know what? I just forgot. No, not Skyrim. I completely forgot the name of it. It's that one with the city. The one with the city. That just narrows it down. The dystopian city where everybody went through. Brink.
Crackdown?
Brink.
Oh,
Fuck! I hate just everything about that game. Is bad game design. Everything is just. It was horrible. It was. I guess it made me more upset that it was just so shitty. And I spent $60 on it, and I was.
It looked so fun though.
It wasn't. The mechanics in that game were horrible. The lag on it was horrible. Everything about that game was bad. The animation was sloppy. I mean, yeah, you had millions of combinations, which I guess if you count changing the shade to barely discernible colors, different colors, then I guess that counts. But no, the game just everything about that game pissed me off. I don't know why. But yeah, that game just every ounce of my being despises that game.
I remember my friends were all pissed when they bought that too, and I sat there laughing like,
Yeah, it was that is my all-time just game. I mean, as much as I dislike Call of Duty, I don't dislike Call of Duty because it's a bad game. It's not a bad game. I think they're milking it a little bit too much, but other than, it's not a bad game. I just don't do military shooters, so I don't have that level of hatred that I do for Brink. That game was just.
Didn't it drop to like $30 within the first week?
Oh, it was horrible. I mean, and
so did What was that, Homeland?
Homeland was, but at least Homeland. Homeland, I think it was too many players and multiplayer on a console, and the graphics were kind of ho hum. I mean, the campaign in that game was pretty bad, but the multiplayer wasn't horrible. I played it, and it wasn't terrible. It had some really cool things to it. I think it was just way too many people on the battlefield at one time. And so trying to keep communication and working together was just damn near impossible to do. You can't do that with 16 people. You can't do a party that big. Everybody's just talking over each other. It's just not good.
Yesterday's story with Homeland.
What are you doing here?
Reminds me of when my friends they were all hyped for Two Worlds, whatever.
Ooh, I remember that too.
Yeah, and then they were so hot, they wanted me to get it with them because I guess I could be in a group journey with them or whatever, and they were so excited about it, and then it came out and it was a fucking flop, and I'm like, you guys bought a horrible game.
I remember.
And then they had to live with it.
I'll let you finish. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, now Baldy, what are the worst game or games that you've played, if you can name any?
Oh, dude, come on, he's got money. You seen his list of games that he's played?
No.
Huge.
Yeah, well, that'll probably tie into his guilty pleasures, because he's an achievement horror. He'll play a game no matter how bad it is just to get the gamer score.
You should be a game tester.
Actually, no, because there has been a couple games that I've completely just said, screw even trying to achievement horror it. Battlefield. I cannot stand Battlefield.
Almost said what?
First one was horrible. I played through two story missions, and I could not pick the controller back up to play it for the life of me.
Oh, I got another one, actually.
And then I made the mistake of saying, well, maybe they'll do better with the second one. I bought the second one, and I took it back in less than 3 days because I couldn't play more than 5 minutes of it. I don't know what it is about the game. Multiplayer is just a joke because everybody just snipes, and it's just utterly horrible.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a second. What game were we talking about?
Battlefield.
Oh, Battlefield. Yeah. I never played the multiplayer in either one of those. At least not much.
Battlefield Bad Company 1 was probably
You make me want to play it right now. I want to play this in the Xbox trade. Just remembering how awesome the game is.
It's up to you. What was the game that you had?
Kane and Lynch. I don't know if you guys remember that.
That was terrible.
It was horrible. And I had such high expectations because Hitman is a great series. I'm looking forward to the next one coming out. I'm not sure if it's coming out this year or next year or whatever, but it looks good. And they've all been really good games. And this That game was just garbage.
You know, that game holds a special place in my heart because I don't know if you guys remember that guy got fired. I think it was from it was a game review magazine.
Games, no, what was it? GameSpot, or something
GameSpot
like that?
or one of those. Yeah, they had like ads all over their webpage for that game, and then he gave it like a 6.5 or something. He just beat the game to hell, talking about how bad it was, and so they fired him for it. Because
ludicrous.
It was, yeah, that was everybody was just up in arms, like, yo, fuck you, we're not reading your, apparently, how can we trust your reviews if you're gonna fire a guy because yeah, I just remember that was a big thing when the first one came out.
I really respect people in that industry who can actually tell you if it's a bad game or not, despite, if it's like a Call of Duty game. Like, if it's crap, they'll tell you. If they have that kind of personality, I have, like, the utmost respect for them. A lot of people need...
Everyone's saying Modern Warfare 3 was, it's going to be, groundbreaking and all.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. It just polished the turd.
Yeah, pretty much. If you want honest reviews on video games, go to British sites. Go to game sites that end in .uk. They're much more brutal on British review sites than they are.
You just get them all on Metacritic.
Yeah. So
probably because the gaming industry is ran in America.
Yeah. Well, there's advertising to consider. I mean, I remember, kind of off note, but there was a magazine. I'm real big into motorcycles, and there was a magazine that ran it tested helmets, and some of the most expensive high-end helmets did shit. I mean, they did absolutely crap on the tests, and the advertisers for those helmets pulled their advertising from the magazine because of it.
Damn.
And the editor at the beginning, one of his editor's notes was like, if they're going to lose, he said, if they're going to take the coward's way out and pull advertising to try to threaten us and try to, have us, compromise our integrity, well, the hell with them then. They should have taken this as a note to say, hey, our shit's not any good. We need to do better, and that's not what they did. They played the, and that's what a lot of these game developers and ad sites are doing the same thing. They want good reviews, so they'll pay all these websites and all these magazines crazy revenue to post their games in their pages, and then they want to, hey, give us a pretty good review to get people to buy our game. So
next topic, and I find this...
Wait, I got a couple more games I hate.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he just freaking...
he's got no reason to be here, so he has to validate his existence. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Okay, well, go on, Baldy. Throw down the hammer.
Making me forget my game. Damn it.
Oh, hurry up. Clock's ticking.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, it's not coming back to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess if it comes back to you,
Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, I never played that.
Was horrible.
I loved it so much, I found it a nice, sweet home at a GameStop.
Because they took all the blood and guts and gore because DC didn't want their superheroes being mutilated, and they wanted to keep it a teen rating. So they took all the blood and guts and everything that made Mortal Kombat awesome.
Was it Mortal Kombat game?
Yeah, it was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Like Batman.
So it was like Batman versus Scorpion.
You see,
Wow.
I would have loved to see Batman do a freaking
I still
Scorpion,
have it.
freaking, pull his heart out with his Batarang or some shit. That'd have been great.
And was it published by... Was it people who published Mortal Kombat, or was it published by the people who did DC's? Like, if Mortal Kombat, it's like in a song where it says the song name, then featuring, was it like Mortal Kombat? It was like a Mortal Kombat game where they get the Mortal Kombat going.
Like NetherRealm or whatever, NetherRealm Studios.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it them who did the official push, or did they work with the main company who does DC?
I don't really see. That's probably not even really relevant. I mean, because DC would have just pretty much, even if they were the, the subcontract, if whatever it was, or they owned it.
The developers was Midway Games, Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, and was published by Midway Games. So
yeah, so it was mainly DC.
Yeah, DC would have just said,
because Warner Brothers and all that business. But even like the Joker, his fatality, he pulled out a gun and then shot it, and it does, his little signature. It
Bang.
the thing out and then rolls down and says bang. And then he starts laughing like hell, and then it pans away just to him, and he pulls out another revolver and shoots him in the head.
Lame.
Completely cut all of that out. Like,
Wow.
it didn't show him shooting anyone. It was just, it panned away, and you heard the gun go off, and then the body fall.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I want my violence, goddammit.
Exactly. That's why I got a Mortal Kombat game.
You know, I want to go a little bit off topic here and just say I never played. Well, I have played Mortal Kombat games, but not like heavily. But we have like the most recent Mortal Kombat at my campus, and I think Sonya Blade's fatality, where she like takes like the waist of like the enemy in between her like ankles and just splits them in half. I think that's just shit's just fucking crazy. Like, when I see that fatality, that's just nuts.
The last Mortal Kombat game was really, really, really good. It was a solid fighter. I mean, it was really good. I stopped playing it because I just realized they've gotten too deep for me, and so I suck at them. So I just said, okay, I beat it once and said I'm done. But yeah, it was.
Well, they did justice by going back to the old style of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Because they lost a lot of fans by doing like the open world fighting, and you're just running through beating up these things, and then you fight one major character.
Yeah, it was a good
Which
game.
I've played those games too, because they had a lot of achievements in them.
Oh yes, our achievement whore.
So
That's basically it. There's a couple more games I hate. Like the worst game that they could have ever come out with was that Rock Revolution to try to copy with Rock Band.
I don't hate that game. I feel sorry for it.
Yeah, they had no original songs. It was all like redone, and the vocalist they had do all of like the remastering was just god awful.
You know what the worst part of that game was, though?
That it just
What?
ripped off a DDR.
No, the worst part of that game was their display at E3 right before it came out. You have to go look that up. That woman that went out there, she was all pumped, like, yeah, we're going to do this stuff, and it just crickets in the audience. Audience was just super crazy lukewarm.
I want to see this.
Oh, I have to find it. It was like E3 3 or 4 years ago, probably longer. But it was insanely lukewarm. And she failed the song, if I remember correctly. She was doing horrible on the drums.
Damn.
So it was hilarious.
those music games got saturated so fast.
You know what?
It was unbelievable, and that's going to happen with
Rock-
shooters eventually.
Well, Rock
Anyway.
Band did fine with everything, and
Yeah.
they could have kept it going very easily. Guitar Hero dug that grave for everyone.
Yep.
Because
yeah.
instead of just doing what Rock Band does and releasing the content that you can download whatever songs you want, they're like, hey, every 2 months, here's another $60 game.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's what killed it.
Instead of 50 songs.
Yep.
They have like a Guitar Hero Aerosmith, and then Guitar Hero Metallica, and then I think they have like another Guitar Hero.
Van Halen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was horrible, by the way.
And they have 1, 2, 3, 5, Warriors of Rock, Smash Hits.
Now, Rock Band did kind of go
And
the
World
same
Tour.
way with the Beatles Green Day, and
God.
AC/DC. But the reason why they did that was they had such an outcry, not so much for the Beatles, but for Green Day. They had people just begging for Green Day and people begging for AC/DC.
It sucks.
But, well, love them or hate them, but you do have people who play the game who
I
wanted
know.
those bands. But that was the only way they could get those bands to sign on. But the beauty of it is like me, I bought Green Day, the Rock Band, but I bought it, I exported it. You pay $10 extra or $5, or I think it was free. I don't remember, but you pay like $5 extra, and you can export all of those to your Rock Band collection.
It was free.
Yeah.
But there was like a list of 6 or 8 songs or something that had you pay extra money,
Right.
and then you could get those, and they were like the newer albums.
Right. And so, but the beauty of it is like me, I paid, because I remember I got them all. I exported the songs, and I took the game right back to GameStop. I didn't even keep it. I never, it never even hit my tray because it was a DLC. It was a code to download the tracks. So the game never actually went in my Xbox. I just
played
exported
it for a while. I bought it only because I could achievement rape it.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even do all that fantastic at beating the hell out of it either.
Yeah, but
Because just a lot of them, a lot of the achievements for it are ridiculous.
yeah,
They're
but the
like
beauty of the
250
Rock Band system though was the fact that you could every single game they had, from Lego Rock Band to AC/DC and Green Day, you could export those and play them with your regular library. You didn't have to worry about having to switch discs every time you wanted to play a
Lego?
particular
Really?
song. Yeah, Lego Rock Band's also exportable.
I'll have to look at it because I still have that.
Yep.
You guys have spent an awful lot of time on this Guitar Hero.
I used to play the shit out of Rock Band. Dude, look at my YouTube channel, man. It's got Rock Band videos all over the place.
Man,
Yeah.
I smashed Rock Band over the damn table and never
So.
played again.
But we got enough subject. I'd like to go to the next topic because I think that'll be
Yeah,
very
the
interesting.
next topic I've been trying to get to, I think it's one of the most interesting ones that I came up with because it's rarely discussed. But voice actors in video games, I think that's, I do appreciate, like I mentioned when last week when I was playing Final Fantasy VIII, how I like, like the silent dialogue or just text and no like vocal words. I like that, but in recent games that I've played, like Darksiders and Tales of Symphonia years ago, there's some voices that really stood out to me. One of them being a man by the name of Liam O'Brien, who voices War in Darksiders,
Mm-hmm.
and also he was in Naruto. What character did he play? Gaara, I think, for people who watch that, and he.
Lucan.
What was that?
And I was even more surprised to find out that he voices Asura in Asura's Wrath, and he did a good job with that. But he he does like a lot of like roaring and screaming. He does a good job at it though, but it really gets.
Well, Azura was wrathed. I mean, what else would he do?
Well, he was angry.
Yes.
He was also in I was like,
what you did there.
this is another shock to me. He was also in Bayonetta, which is actually one of these other topics. I'll mention Bayonetta again, but he was also one of the bosses, Father Balder. He was in there too, and I would never guess that either. And he was in Castlevania: Curse of Darkness as Isaac. That was a game I played. I don't know if you know that. And he's Kain from Final Fantasy IV in the DS version. He's that, and yeah, he's in a lot of games. I mean, he's just a really talented voice actor. And the other guy, has anyone here? And I know it's kind of a bit of an old crowd, but have any of you guys seen Teen Titans? It was like a cartoon show.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy who voices Robin, Scott Menville, I like him as a voice actor a lot, and he was in one of my favorite games of all time, Tales of Symphonia. He voices the main protagonist, and he was obviously Robin in Teen Titans, and he's been in Call of Duty games, and he was in Final Fantasy 13 and 12 and 10-2 and a bunch of other games and some television shows and all that. Who's the other guy I'm trying to think of? The guy who voices Samael in Darksiders. Like, he has like this really like deep voice. I can't quite remember his name, but I like him a lot too. And the list goes on and on, but those are like the three main ones that I
I've
like a
got
lot.
one that is just phenomenal. Mark
Proceed.
Hamill.
Yeah.
He did
Mark-
Oh, the Joker.
Yeah.
Asylum, Arkham City. You'd never guess it was Luke Skywalker doing that voice.
Yeah. Well, Mark Hamill's been doing voice acting for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a
He
lot of.
also-
Joker for he is the voice of the Joker.
Yeah, not anymore. He said he quit after after Arkham City.
They're adding
Quiet.
DLC to the DC Universe game where he will be doing the voice acting for the Joker.
Oh, really? He couldn't stick to his word because he said after Arkham City he was done.
Anybody who's like an avid like super fan of Batman or basically loves anything about Batman, the animated series Batman, the cartoon, that is the Mark Hamill Joker.
Yeah.
And that was the one that like I grew up with listening to. So his voice is, anytime I hear it, it's like Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Mark Hamill also voiced the Watcher in Darksiders. I was surprised to find that out too. I mean, he does like this war. Well, I'll make you suffer. Like, it's a really, mean and grindy voice, and I like that a lot too. I also forgot to mention the guy who voices Virgil, Daniel Southworth. That's his name. He voices Virgil in Devil May Cry 3. He was also a Power Ranger too for a while.
So good.
Which I find kind of awkward.
Well,
16.
What are some games with really bad voice acting, though?
really bad voice. Every single
Yeah, really.
Japanese RPG ever made.
What do you mean you're evil?
Every single one of them.
Shit like that.
They all suck.
Oh,
There
they
had to be some
translate it.
American games though. Like I remember a few. I can't directly remember the names, but I remember a few. Gears of War 2, Dom did horrible voice acting with the Maria part.
Yeah,
If you guys remember that,
yeah.
That scene.
it was really bad. If it, they should have made it his daughter. He was looking for that. Would have been a little more.
Yeah. If he had a,
emotional.
does he even have? Did he have
Yeah,
children?
he had a daughter, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 kids.
If he was looking for his daughter that entire time, it would have seemed more legit.
Yeah, it would have been a
Dead
little
already.
bit.
Yeah, they were killed already.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they didn't.
That's
mess
why
it
he
up
didn't know
so bad.
Maria was alive. He knew his kids were dead. He didn't know Maria was dead or whatever the fuck.
The first, if you ever go way back, the first Resident Evil game was as much fun as it was. The acting in that was horrible. The voice acting was just bad.
Yeah. Oh no, even the second one.
Yeah,
The second one was bad enough.
yeah. But if we're talking about voice actors,
Ada
probably
Wong.
one of my favorite voice actors for games is number one is David Hayter. Maybe just because I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, but he does Solid Snake. But Keith David is severely underrated. They need to put him in more games. I love Keith David. He's the one that does Sarge in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith David. That guy is just, a brilliant voice actor. He just has a very commanding voice.
Yeah. He was also in Transporter 2, I think.
Yeah.
He was one of the
So,
he's awesome.
and then I keep forgetting the guy's name, but of course you can't overstate this guy enough. The voice of Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't-
Peter something.
Yeah,
Peter Culling, that's
yeah. He also does Eeyore. You know that?
Eeyore.
He does Eeyore from Winnie the
Winnie
Pooh.
the Pooh.
Yep. But
Wait, is it Eeyore or is it Igor?
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Igor is the mad scientist.
Yeah, mad scientist thing. But my last one, and we've talked about this a couple of times. We've mentioned it playing, but the one that just blows my mind. I wish I knew her name. I could probably Google it real quick, but I'm not. But it's Dr. Chakwa, frickin', Mira.
Shinakwa.
Dr.
Mira
Chakwa
the
Mira.
brother.
Well, because Mira from Gears of War is the same voice actor as Dr. Chakwas from Mass Effect 3. Or Mass Effect, I just should say. And so I just, every time I play that game and Mira does her little thing at the end of a round, I just picture the N7 uniform lady sitting there doing this maniacal laugh. It's what gets me through my game defeats. Makes me chuckle a little bit.
I can't stand her voice anymore.
I really like. He's in Diablo 3, and he does a crap load of movies too. Not only for video games, but James Hong. He is the little goose thing that in Kung Fu Panda. He does the voice.
You mean the crane? In Kung Fu Panda?
Not the crane, but the noodles.
Oh, the dad.
Yeah.
The noodle dad.
He's in Balls of Fury.
Christopher
There's
Walken.
a lot of animated.
Wait, we talking about the little crazy guy from the gold suit from The Hangover?
No.
Because that guy, I would love to play. I would play any game where he does voice work. I love that
No.
guy.
Okay, Diablo 3. You know when you get the jeweler?
Yeah. Oh,
That-
him. Yeah.
That's James Hong.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Balls of Fury?
Yes.
He's the instructor.
Yeah.
One he keeps calling him Guilo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He does. He's also doing. Where it is? Where did I see it? He's doing Sleeping Dogs.
Well,
He's doing another video game voice.
that's one I've been interested in for a while now.
You did mention Mass Effect 3, which brings up, or the Mass Effect games, which brings up another voice actor who does Lightning in Final Fantasy 13 as well. A lady by the name of Ali Hillis. She voices Liara Tassoni in the Mass Effect games, and she also voices Lightning in Final Fantasy 13. I just thought I would put that in there real quick.
13 was horrible.
Yeah, I gotta hate it.
Yeah,
That's another one of
we're
the
gonna
games
get to
I
that
hated.
in a moment. I didn't think it was bad, but it's part of another topic I have. But go on. Well, did everyone got their voice
Yeah, I
actors in?
think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I guess we'll get this next topic out. I called it one-hit wonders, but you can call it whatever you like. It's any games that we've played that we can bring ourselves to play once. Like, they're not necessarily like we hated them, or like anything like that. It's just the games that we can like bring ourselves to play through once.
Before anybody says anything, Wait,
Battlefield.
let's. No, oh, damn. Never mind. Okay, we're not all thinking the same thing. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Shut up, yet, Jay. All right. The one, like I mentioned before, Bayonetta. Bayonetta. I've only played through that game once. I bought it again. I haven't played it since I got it, but I really want to get back on it. But that was like one of the only games that I could go through once because that game just gets so over the top for me. Like it just gets. It's an awesome game. It's fluid as hell, but I only went through and played through it once, and I haven't done it ever since. And Final Fantasy 13, like we just mentioned, I think I talked with this with either Flux or he who should not be named, if you catch my drift.
He's become Voldemort now.
I forgot who should not be named. I forgot who
Well,
it
don't worry
was.
about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it yet, Jay. If you don't know about it, then that's fine.
I forgot.
Well, you won't remember either.
Good, because he should not be named.
Oh, that's funny. He's gonna know exactly who we're talking about too.
Yeah, I know, but we're not mentioning my name. Well, Final Fantasy 13, that game was just so damn linear, and Hope just pissed me off so bad. Like he drug out that revenge story for like 3/4 of the game. I wanted to strangle myself. And like he had a moment in like the very beginning of the game to talk to Snow about why his mother, like he watched his mother die, and Snow tried to save her, and he just drags it out. Oh,
Even Snow was obnoxious.
Yeah,
every other
that
word that came out of his mouth was something about hero.
yeah.
Yeah.
That game for me was more
Why
like a
don't play
.4
single-player
hit wonder
games.
because I couldn't even get through it. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm so freaking done with this
Yeah,
game.
but
I got
the
to
big
disc 3 and I gave up because I got tired of it.
okay, but the big thing that really that I will never start it again from the first part of the game is you have roadblocks in your growth. Like you can only get so far in what is called your Crystarium, which is where you go through and you get like all your status boosts and your abilities and like accessory slots and whatever. Like you hit roadblocks, then you can't grow anymore until you beat a boss, and then that just pissed me off because like one of the games I played the most times out of any game I've had was Final Fantasy X, and I liked how I would take maybe 20 minutes, a half hour, because I like that game a lot, Final Fantasy X. I can grind a little bit, and I can get I can increase my stats, I can get a lot of gil, I can buy some new weapons and all that, and I like that. I didn't, and because I was halted in Final Fantasy X, it really turned me off. I mean, I beat the game, and I'll play it like once in like a really great while, unless I play Crackdown 2, which was a mistake. I did that yesterday, and that game is still buggy as fuck. But anyways,
Okay.
it is like I get it. I try and get in the helicopter,
I
and the
agree.
cockpit disappears. I'm not like just. Oh
I
my
totally understand, man.
God. No, you don't.
I totally because I understand because my Bulletstorm, man. Okay, understand.
I liked Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm was horrible.
Oh,
No
And-
replay value.
shut up.
Yep.
No replay
Yeah,
value.
the whole demographic with the beat your friends times and leaderboards. It's like, come on, really? Nobody really actually
Go
does
into
that.
multiplayer and whip
Yeah.
each other with noodles. Cool noodles.
That sounds sexy.
But the reason why that game sold so much, and we all know this, is because you can get into the Gears of War 3 beta.
There's a war beta.
Early.
Yep. And I'm getting off topic here. And-
Again, we always
Crack-
are.
Everyone
Crackdown-
was like, "Yo, for Halo 3."
Yeah, for the Crackdown, like if you get Crackdown, you get like a Halo 3 access thing. Crackdown, the first one was an okay game. I liked it, but I could never play a co-op game with anybody. But it was still a fun game, jumping around and just causing like millions of explosions everywhere. But
I like
anyways,
throwing cars on people. Okay.
yeah, I love that too.
God.
But the last game and Flux and Tubbsy, have you guys beaten Red Dead or no?
No, I still haven't beaten Red Dead.
I know you guys got it.
it.
Okay. Well, anyways, I love Red Dead to death. I love westerns, and I love Rockstar's games, and I love the way the story is. How it goes. I can't beat that game again because the ending just makes me so upset, and I don't want to experience that ever again. Like I'll get to the point where I'll finish the last mission before I can initiate that mission. I will not proceed through the plot anymore. Like I just can't do it because the ending just breaks my heart. And that's all I'm
Spoil
gonna
it.
say.
I might buy it one day.
It's like
Oh,
$10 in the
I did
freaking
spend
discount
like
rack,
$20.
dude.
Or $30.
And you get
With
all
that.
the
Buy one
DLC.
too.
Yeah, the Game of the Year edition.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which
it
you
is.
can't find anywhere. There's like 4 GameStops
That's on
within
online.
5 minutes. I'm too lazy to wait for it online.
Well, you can probably go on Amazon or
now.
somewhere.
Yeah,
All right, Led.
that's what I did.
You've hosted yours. Let's see what. Let's get somebody else's in here. Games I can only
Okay.
play through once. I
What's
want
he
I want
talking
Yeche to go ahead and get the hell out of the way because his accents are driving me crazy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, it's like that one guy that used to be in the clan doing his YouTube videos and trying to do a Russian accent. Sounded totally gay.
Okay, Yeche, well, what is the games that you can only play through once? Not necessarily, you hate it, but you play through and you're like, I don't want to play this game again.
He doesn't play single player games, so this list should be fairly short.
Yeah, if he plays multiplayer games, he'll play them forever, so I don't know if this is really going to work for him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Minesweeper.
What's
So I wanna know
Minesweeper?
I will never play that game again.
Yeah, the plot twist in that one will really throw your. Do you hate it when you have the ones everywhere and you have no idea which one it's going to be? Or 5. Ugh.
The 1s and the 4s, and you get to the 5s.
You guys need to go to College Humor. They got a video for Minecraft on collegehumor.com.
Minecraft?
Yeah. Oh, not Minecraft. Minesweeper. Yeah.
Like Minecraft doesn't have 1s and 5s.
I was thinking wrong game. I'm all fucked up. Yeah, but
I saw
Minecraft
Super
has no
Nintendo.
end. It's not even a game. It's an online
What
toy.
about Super Nintendo?
No, I found a Super Nintendo today at an Excedra for $20. Should I go back there and buy it?
Sure.
Should I buy it? I don't know. I'm not sure if I should buy it.
I wouldn't. I'm kind of a graphics
Buy it with
spoiler.
your overtime money.
Actually, well, I don't know. No, I'm trying to think because they actually
Should I
sell
play it?
they sell a retro console. It's like literally called Retro 3 or whatever. But what it is it's a new machine, whatever. But it has 3 empty slots to put cartridges in, and you can play Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and the hell is Ouya?
Oh, that's what it's called.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
But
No, it's another thing. It's a Kickstarter program. I think it just came out last week. They've already raised like $4 million to do
Mobile
this.
gaming thingy.
Oh, it's the Droid console.
Yeah, the Droid console.
yeah, that's
It's raised almost $5 million,
Yep, and they've actually got a working prototype, so they've made a lot of progress on it.
and they're gonna sell it like $99. It's supposed to. It's showing that a lot of the people this is what they want.
Yep.
But back to the retro console thing. It you can still plug in your old if you had like SNES controllers and Nintendo controllers. It's all an adapter, and they even have like Wi-Fi controllers made for it. But it's it's one of those things that you can play. It's a 3-in-1 retro console, so you can play Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I think that's a little more worth it than just buying an SNES. Or you could just do ROMs and emulators on the computer, and then just get an adapter. By the way, there's the link for it.
Okay, I'll choose mine. I don't even really know what it is. Could be one of several, as far as games I can only play through once. I have no idea. There's lots of games I've only played through once, couldn't play through again, like Duke Nukem.
Oh god.
That was painful enough the first time. Oddly enough, as much as I love the game, I guess I was just so frustrated, so I didn't do it again. As great of a game as it was Batman Arkham Asylum. There was one achievement.
Just Arkham Asylum.
No, just Arkham Asylum. Due to there was one achievement where it's like that you spoil the party. It's like when you're walking through that hallway and they're all applauding because you're going. They're wearing the birthday hats and all that crap.
Party Pooper achievement.
Yeah, the party pooper achievement, and I wanted to get that because I knew I could. I was just going to do it on easy and just go in there and knock it out. But I'd have to go through like the whole freaking game all over again for that one achievement, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So it's a great game, but there's lots of games I've only played through once. I couldn't play again.
Well, just like a recent memory, I guess. Is the way. If you could,
Recent memory?
Well,
Portal.
you just kind of give it to us.
Portal 2. Because once you beat it, there's part of the game of Portal is to solve the puzzles, and once they're solved, it's kind of pointless after that.
Yeah, I just went back through and thousanded it, and now I've been done with it.
Yeah, see, I'm not much on the achievements. I was like, screw it. I play the game. I wanted it. I got it. I played it. I'm done. So, but mostly all puzzle games, like Catherine, I did that one just for the lulls. It was actually pretty.
And the boobies.
And the boobies and the succubus and all that kind of shit. But it was a fun game. I mean, it was different. I'm not big on puzzle games, but I enjoyed it, oddly enough. But yeah, once I beat it, I was like, there's like a bunch of different endings. I'm like, I'm not going through this nonsense all over again. So.
Well, I guess that it wraps up about all the topics we can talk about, but I want to put out two things. I always like to include a bit of Darksiders news in these podcasts, of course.
Darksiders whore.
I do. I will. You will not hear a peep from me for a long time when that game comes out. I'm sorry. I'll
Actually,
still show up for the
talking about the Gears Judgment release date.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, Yeche's ready to call. Yeah, but I want to tell you. Yeah, well, we can talk about that next week before I go on vacation. But I mentioned, I think, the first podcast about how Triforce made that big Darksiders 2 scythe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I want this really bad. That they made a statue of death. If you go to that link there, and I think they also made that Marcus Phoenix statue that came.
Oh,
in the Gears
that
of
is
War
beautiful.
edition. Yeah. And I went on their website to see if it was on there, because in that picture it's like showcased like right next to the Marcus Phoenix statue. So I assume it's the Triforce booth. I don't know. I tried to find out that information.
There's a little thing right there on the bottom of the placard that says Triforce.
Yeah, I know, but that's for the Darksiders statue. Anyway, you get my point. And also they also make like hammer bursting stub pistol replicas. I was gonna say Yetcha should go get one of those because I know he'd love to have one. They're like $200 though.
What kind of gun is that behind him?
That is a Lancer.
That's a Lancer. Yeah, it's a Lancer on that picture. And that's all for Darksiders. Besides any of the other stuff they've released recently, but I had an interesting thing happen to me. This is right before I came on to Skype to check up on you guys. I don't know how many of if you guys has happened to you often or never had happen to you, but I had a Jehovah's Witness visit my house this afternoon.
Oh,
it was really
joy.
It was it was just like I get up, like I'm literally just getting out of bed because I want to talk to you guys and I want to go to the gym and all that stuff. And there's like this old lady standing outside my door and she has like this book underneath her right arm and I'm like, well, better grab my knife, And then I open the door and she's like talking to me and she's like, she's a nice lady and she's like. He hands me like this pamphlet. There's something going on at her arena, like near where I live, and I'm not sure what it is. And my mother's home, like, "What's this all about?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a Jehovah's Witness." I'm like, "Oh, geez, I'm glad I didn't have to hold her a knife point or anything because around where I live, man, they could be really pushy. So you better be well armed if they don't leave you alone."
You gangsta.
Not really. I just don't like. I don't like
people.
people
You don't like people?
Like maybe 4 or 5 times, and some of them they get the hint that you don't want to hear it, and other ones start preaching to you, and it's just like you don't want to be an ass and just shut the door in their face, but at the same time you're like, I'm. No.
You get just typing.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. No, we had I always try to make it funny and whatever. My boss, I was at my boss's house and he
Don't
had.
make this too long.
I won't. But he was out. His wife had just had a baby, so my wife brought them dinner. We brought them dinner, and while we were there, a Jehovah's Witness came to her door, Mormons, and she's like, could you take care of them? They're part of the church I used to be. I'm not a Mormon anymore. I don't believe in that stuff anymore. So could you get rid of them? And I'm like, sure. I just need to know what's your stance, because I don't want to offend you getting rid of these guys. And she goes, oh, whatever. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay. So I walk up to the door, and these guys are in their black, the black slacks and the white shirt and everything. So I opened the door, and I was just like, oh, aren't y'all so precious? How long y'all been together?
That's cute.
And they kind of gave me this really weird look. I'm like, we're not together. I'm like, oh, come on now. Y'all can't have this kind of fashion sense all by yourself. You guys had to call a coordinate or something. You just can't, don't lie to me. How long y'all been together? And I just did the whole thing.
I think that's fair to say, Tubbsy.
I'm so flattered.
I'm sorry. But
All right.
Now shove me in your church and I'll pray every day.
yeah, all right.
No, you won't. All right. Well,
I am
that
not.
about wraps up our podcast for the week of July 16th. Thank you for listening, and this has been a Warhoundz podcast. This is Leadhead. And
This is Yache Mei Hoke. I gotta edit this shit.
Yes, you do. Well, either Fox or you, but like I said, I like to see this on the Warhoundz channel podcast. Just another way to get publicity.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a lumberjack when it comes to editing audio.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lumberjack the shit out of this.
Oh, no, don't cut it out too much.
I'll give you the full audio file, but I have a very short
Send it to
attention
me.
You
span.
promised us the full audio file on the first one.
I know.
Yeah, you said that was 20 minutes ago.
Send it to me.
Well,
I can upload it to my podcast.
You better
Anyway,
get-
we should be talking about that, not while we're recording.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to take care of that. But yeah, in his defense, though, we talked a lot about E3 our first
Yeah.
podcast. So yeah, you gotta get all of that out because that stuff got pretty. That was pretty uninteresting. Yeah, that got pretty uninteresting. You know, if you think about it. So in his defense, that was okay. But this podcast was, I think, our best yet. So
Okay, wrap
thanks
it
for
up.
listening and.
Thanks for listening.